Opening statement, Tanisha, Wright, and we want to watch the room.
Very frustrating game for us. Just in terms of how we started, our focus, our energy level to start the game, our execution, both offensively and defensively, just not where it needs to be. We want to be a playoff team and we want to compete in the playoffs. You got to compete against the best teams in the league. And right now, we've yet to prove that we can do that at a high level. So until this team decides that they're going to compete and they're going to have a little bit of heart, then, you know, we'll keep seeing up and down wins for us.
What do you attribute that to?
Their focus level. Their focus level. Like every team, New York has schemes, we have schemes, and you have to go out and execute. You have to talk to one another on the court, and you gotta have a high level of focus, a high level of sharpness, and they don't have that. They don't have that. And they need to change that.
Did you find that sort of varied in terms of, you know, you guys had a few runs, especially towards the first half, maybe the third quarter?
Yeah, well, when things vary like that, when they're inconsistent, because that's what that is, right? It's inconsistency. When things are inconsistent, then you have an inconsistent game. You know what I mean? It's not like I don't expect teams to make shots and to do, they're great players. You know what I mean? They have a lot of really good players on their team. So, but if we can limit the type of things that they want to do by executing our schemes, then it gives us a shot. But if we let them do whatever they want to do, however they want to do it with no resistance the entire game, or we're inconsistent with that the entire game, then that's when, you know, you're down by 20 at times.
Being able to see those kinds of runs, does it make it more frustrating that doesn't happen the whole time, more encouraging that you can get to that level or not?
No, it's more frustrating at this point. You know what I mean? Because the expectation is that we do that, because the expectation is that if you want to win games, then you try to execute the game plan, and that helps you win a game. So no, it's not encouraging. It's actually frustrating that we don't do it consistently, especially now that we're in the second half of the season.
And as players, what's sort of going through your mind, or what, you know, when you hear your coach say this, that you're just not consistent and you're not playing the way you should be playing?
It's not a good feeling at all, to see our coach frustrated like this. We gotta lock in and just, you know, look in the mirror, reflect, hold each other accountable, hold ourselves accountable, and just try to be consistent and be more locked in.
And as a teammate of Aari's, you know, she's now back after being injured. She's been back for a few games. What are you seeing from her? Because she seemed to come back and is producing almost like she didn't go. And I know there's a ramp up time for her, but she's been coming out and doing Aari-like things.
I mean, Aari's been playing hard aggressive. I mean, you can tell that when Aari's on the court, a lot of good things happen. I mean, she worked really hard to get back from it. So I've just been really happy how she's been playing and being really aggressive. So I'm glad she's back.
And in that first quarter, when you guys were down by a lot, Aari comes off the bench and it seems to sort of change that dynamic. Then she goes back on the bench and then you guys, you know, give up a lot of points, and then she comes back out and it sort of closes the gap again. Is there something in with her leadership or the fact that she's involved in so many different parts of the game that really helps you?
I mean, Aari's a great all-around player. I mean, she pushes the pace. I mean, she gets us going, especially on the defensive end, can play defense and also can score on the other end as well. So I mean, yeah, you can tell when she's on the court is she's making a big effect on the court.
Aaron, I wanted to ask, in terms of your mentality coming off the bench, in games where you're coming with those hard depths, trying to put a spark like that, what is your approach in trying to analyze that comeback?
So while I'm on the bench, I'm seeing what's working, I'm seeing what's not working, and I'm just trying to, you know, come in. I want to push the pace. I want to set the tone defensively. I want to get my teammates involved and just make sure they're successful all around the court.
In Aari, when you were out, What was the hardest thing for you besides not being on the court? I mean, what did your rehab look like? I know that you probably had to rest and not use your arm a lot. So what was that like for you?
It was a lot of strengthening and conditioning, just getting my shoulder back strong, but I mean, although I was out, my teammates played well. They had a great second half or of the first half of the season. So I mean, I was really proud of their success. And I'm just trying to come back and integrate myself within what they're doing and just, get some big wins.
Coach, that start, I mean, consistency is so important. Is New York doing anything? I mean, Sue's seemed to be more aggressive than.
Yeah,
she
Stu
has
was
been.
really, really aggressive, but even her first shot, we were just soft. You know what I mean? Her first three in the corner, Nia just didn't chase her hard enough. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, we know Stu, he can make that shot, so why are we not so close to her that she can't get the shot off? Right? That's my expectations, that we know Stu is a Hall of Famer. She's an MVP. She's one of the best players in this league. So when Stewie is coming off a screen, why are we not chasing her so hard that she can't get the shot? Now, if she puts the ball on the floor and scores that way, so be it. But a catch and shoot three, right? So it's like, it's frustrating because these are the things that I'm seeing from the very beginning. So that tells me we're not ready, we're not focused.
Gonna follow up with Stewie. I mean, seen her a lot. It seems she's been more of a jump shooter this year, whereas tonight she seemed more aggressive putting the ball on the floor and attacking.
Yeah.
Is that a scheme or just?
No, I think in general, I mean, Stewie's always been somebody who shot threes and shot pull-ups and different things like that. So I wouldn't say she's more of a jump shooter this year. I think she's pretty consistent. She's pretty consistent with how she plays. But for us, we know one of Stewie's go-to scoring is catch and shoot threes. So that's something that you need to take away from her. Make her put the ball on the floor. And then try to defend her without fouling, trying to make it tough for her to make shots without fouling her. And Stewie's gonna make some of those shots. You expect that she's gonna make some of those shots. She should, right? As good as she is. But your job is just to make it tough. And I just don't think we did a good job of making it tough for her. Like, we let her get easy things that's easy for her. Mhm.
Moving to Zoom, Emmanuel Glaze, go ahead.
Coach, let me ask this. I can tell with the frustration, do you see lineup changes or anything happening before the next game?
No, I don't think so. I've always been somebody who, goes with what we have. We did a good job in the second half of the first half of the season with what we have. We just have to get back to finding that. You know what I mean? That confidence, that sharpness, and that focus. We got to get back to that, however which way. But I will say I won't let it go for too long. If I feel like a change is absolutely needed, I'll make a change.
Allisha has been.
Go ahead, Amanda.
Allisha, as being one of the leaders, what frustrates you when you play a game like this and you see a game and get away like this when the talent is there on this team?
I mean, none of that matters if we're not winning games. I mean, I don't care about how many points I score any day. Any day, it's all about the team. So, like Coach said, we be consistent and be able to beat good teams like the Blue League. So, stats don't matter to me on games like this. I don't care about none of that.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Anton.
Yeah, a question for Coach, just a rotation question. Down 10 or so points late. What was the thought process behind going to Mo instead of someone like Ileana Ruper, who offers more perimeter spacing out there?
Ileana Repair was on the court at the end of the game for us. Mo's energy was really good. I thought she did a really good job of making plays and getting deflections and just being really active. And so when you're down, you need somebody that can make plays and that is making plays throughout the game. Mo did a good job of making plays.
William Ramirez, go ahead.
Tanisha, you talked about the team coming out with energy, playing like a playoff team. I mean, a lot of these things are mental and that you really can't coach or teach. What are some of the things that you are seeing that are fixable on your end, the coaching staff, to maybe once that is fixed, it'll kick them into that energetic start that you're looking for?
Yeah, I think one of the things is just shot selection. figuring out what shots we need to be taking when, especially early on, like if we missed a couple of good ones, now what we need to go to get something easy. Maybe we need to run something that gets us going downhill to where we can get to some free throws, or maybe we get a post touch for Cheyenne in the paint because she's 50-something% in the paint when she, tries to attack in the paint. Like, so different things like that. I do think that that's fixable, us recognizing what kind of shots we need to be taking when we are struggling.
And we'll finish with it.
Ask, tonight, 25 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, efficient shooting from the but you guys still lost by a couple. Just what is going through your head? What's the feeling sitting in the post game, having had that kind of night, but still coming away?
Should just answer that. That same question.
Sorry,
Didn't hear her answer that.
sorry.
Like I said before, I don't care about stats. I mean, like Coach said, we need to be more consistent.
Thank you for.